You've seen them. That bright flash of red or yellow peeking through the wheels of some of the fastest cars on the planet. But listen, this is about way more than just a car part. This is the story of a global empire built on one simple, absolutely critical idea: the power to stop. So today, we're going to peel back the layers and get into the hidden history of Brembo.
All right, I've got a question for you. Picture this. You've got three absolute icons of speed: a legendary supercar, a dominant superbike, and the honest-to-goodness pinnacle of motorsport. Yep, they've all got insane engines, wild aerodynamics, but what's that one thing, that one critical piece of tech they all share?
Well, the answer is pretty simple, actually. It's the thing that tames all that speed. They all rely on braking systems from the exact same company, Brembo. It's kind of funny, right? For decades, as everyone tried to go faster, Brembo was busy mastering the art of slowing down, and they became the absolute best at it.
But, this global giant didn't just appear out of nowhere in some fancy high-tech lab. Nope. Its story starts much, much smaller. We're talking about a little workshop in post-war Italy with a big idea that would honestly change performance as we know it. So let's set the scene. The year is 1961, January 11th to be exact. Two guys, Emilio Bombasset and Italo Breda, start a little mechanical workshop, and they name it after the local river, the Brembo. I mean, it doesn't get more classic Italian family-run business than that, right? Super humble beginnings.
But here's where things get really smart. This is where Brembo's genius really shines through. In the early 60s, performance disc brakes were this brand new, almost exotic technology, mostly coming out of the UK. See, they could have just stuck with the old, reliable stuff, but instead, they went all in on this newfangled disc brake tech right from the get-go.
And wow, did that bet pay off? And it paid off fast. I mean, just 3 years in, they land a deal with the Alfa Romeo. A couple of years after that, they're supplying another Italian legend, Moto Guzzi. Just like that, Brembo was on the map.
Okay, so how does a small company from Italy become the name, the one everyone wants? Well, it's pretty simple. You prove you're the best by working with the best. And that's exactly what they did, partnering with some absolute legends.
The 80s. Man, that was the decade everything changed for them. Think about this. Enzo Ferrari, Il Commendatore himself, chooses Brembo for his road cars. That's not just a contract, that's the ultimate seal of approval. And once Ferrari was on board, boom, the floodgates opened. Porsche, BMW, Mercedes, even big names from the US and Japan like Chrysler and Nissan started calling. Brembo wasn't just an Italian secret anymore, they were global.
So, becoming the top choice for performance cars is one thing, but how do you make that leap from being a premium supplier to a massive global powerhouse? It takes more than just a good reputation. You need a big, bold plan, and, you need cash to make it happen.
And that's where the next big move comes in: going public. So, in 1995, they list on the Milan Stock Exchange, and that IPO? It was like rocket fuel. It gave them the money they needed to start thinking bigger, to look beyond Europe, and to really start their march toward global domination.
And you want to see that strategy in action? Here's a perfect example. In 2007, they dropped almost 40 million euros to buy up the brake division of a big American parts supplier. Now, this wasn't just some random purchase. This was a chess move. It instantly gave them factories and a direct pipeline right into the heart of the North American car market.
And just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about now, that tiny little workshop we talked about, it's now a global family of over 15,000 people. I mean, they're working in 14 different countries all across the globe. It's staggering.
And the financial growth? It's been absolutely incredible. Remember that little startup that bet on a niche, imported technology? Yeah, well, in 2023, they brought in almost 4 billion euros in revenue. Just mind-boggling.
Okay, so you're making money, you're global, but how do you stay on top? How do you keep proving day in and day out that your tech is the absolute best? You take it to the toughest place on earth, the racetrack. For Brembo, this has always been the ultimate proving ground.
And you've got to understand, a race brake and the brakes on your car are like two different species. A race brake has to survive just brutal, insane temperatures and give you neck-snapping stopping power lap after lap after lap. Your car's brakes, they need to be quiet, smooth, and, last for years. Being the master of both, that's the real magic. And boy, did they master it. I mean, look at this list. We're talking the pinnacle of speed, Formula 1, MotoGP, the future of racing with Formula E. When a championship is on the line, the best of the best choose Brembo. It's practically a clean sweep. It's total domination.
You know, there's an old saying in racing. You can have all the horsepower in the world, but if you can't brake later and harder than the other guy into a corner, you're never going to win that race. Brakes aren't just for stopping. In racing, they're a weapon, and Brembo builds the sharpest weapons.
But the story doesn't end there, because Brembo's ambition didn't stop with just brakes. Over the years, they started building something bigger, a whole family of high-performance brands, an entire ecosystem dedicated to making things go fast and stop even faster.
And today, the Brembo Group is an absolute powerhouse. So of course you've got Brembo, but they also own AP Racing, another absolute legend in motorsport. Marchesini, who makes some of the best motorcycle wheels on the planet. Vibre, a brand designed to bring that performance to smaller bikes. And get this, they even own Ellens, the legendary Swedish suspension company. It's a true performance empire.
So here's the thing. The next time you're out and about, maybe at a stoplight, and you see that flash of red, those iconic calipers behind the wheel of a car, I hope you don't just see a piece of metal. I hope you see the whole story. The story of a tiny Italian workshop with a huge idea that took on the entire world and won. Thanks for joining me for this one.